I'd like you to like this video and subscribe to this channel and make a comment. And this is the last jaded comedy of the day on a Friday afternoon. Recently, I was gifted a gift to Massage Envy by my brother, which was wonderful over the holidays. Figured, get a massage. So I walked in there, and, after a really long day, and the representative was kind of nice, and they sat me down in a special waiting room, and I gotta tell you something. The girl at the front desk, about 5 different times in the waiting room, tried to sell me something to, make the massage better, like special oils or special whatever, candles or music or back reliefs, and I said no. Every single time I gave them a very hard no. I even told them on the phone before I come that this is really more of a one-off thing. It's like a special thing. I can't be getting massages all the time, or it's just like a one-off thing. So I got the massage, and the massage therapist did a perfectly fine job, and I left the massage therapist. And then I went to the front desk, and it was the girl at the front desk, and the manager was floating over her at around 8:30 at night. And by the way, the massage was really expensive. I would never pay for that, but thank you for the gift card. But it was supposed to be an hour and a half. It was more like 70 minutes, and that's pushing it, but fine. The massage therapist was a little bit of an older woman, and I was kind of like, whatever. I wanted to go home at that point anyway. At the front desk, paying with the gift card, rather. She asked me, no exaggeration, 8 different times if I wanted to have an annual service, if I wanted to have do this, every 3 weeks, make this a regular thing. Different times, different ways, giving me pamphlets. I said no every single time, to the point that it was painfully uncomfortable. And then the manager came out, and it was like being at a used car. It was like being at a used car dealership. Worse, actually. And the manager's like, "What's holding you back today? What's holding you back today?" Till finally, I got so frustrated. I looked them dead in the eye, and I say, "I'm a PhD student on a stipend." And I told them my wage, which is rather meager. And even after that, that was basically supposed to make it abundantly clear that I'm not interested in this. This is not something that I'm interested in. This is like a special thing. At least that was like my more kind way to say it. It should have been from my facial expressions and items of that nature as well. And even after that, they still tried to push stuff on me. And then they pointed to a tip that you're supposed. I get it. Massage therapists work on tips, but they pointed to a tip that you're supposed to give. By the way, for massage therapists, apparently it's 25%, 30%. Listen, you have to understand, so this is a luxury for really, 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 really rich people who have so much money they don't know what to do with. In other words, I don't know what I was doing there. So she said, "This is how much you're supposed to tip," and they pointed it like 3 times, and it was, you have to be blind to miss this thing. And they crossed their arms as a humiliating duo and said, "How much are you gonna tip?" And I said, "Well, don't you usually write it down on the merchant service thing? I have to orally tell both of you what you're gonna tip?" And they leaned forward and said, "How much?" And I gotta tell you something, I was embarrassed. I'm definitely on a budget now, especially with COVID. I'm basically eating tuna fish every night. And, I told them a tip that was a little bit meager. And by the way, they said that if there's any excess on the card, they could take it. And then they changed their minds there. So there was a few bucks left on the card, which I couldn't use to tip the massage therapist. In addition to that, they said it was supposed to be $98. And then she semantically was specific about saying, only if you sign up for the monthly service. And I said, "Listen, I spoke to him before. They said it's $98. It's $98. And she flipped the switch right away and said, "Oh, yeah, $98. And I left embarrassed and humiliated. And I got news for you. I wrote a full review on Yelp. I emailed corporate headquarters in Lake Havasu, Arizona, and I just got off a 60-minute phone call with corporate and about a dozen executives in Lake Havasu, Arizona, basically telling them everything that went down that night. Listen, you have to realize something. I worked in sales in the service industry for 5.5 years, and I did very well. When you're going to go in for the kill, I don't like to use that, or make the sale at the end, you ask them once, they say no, you come at it from a bit of a different angle, you ask them twice, they say no, that's it. You don't ask them 8 different times, like you're browbeating them, like you're at a used car dealership, to where they're like, I just want these people off my back, I'll say yes. Especially when they, when they give you, if you say something like, I have to speak, it's a joint decision, I speak to my wife about everything. That's what I used to call a deal killer. You don't push it anymore of that. There's nowhere, maybe give them information, maybe be super nice, but there's nowhere that's going to go. When someone says, I'm just making it because of COVID, I'm a student on stipend, they're basically saying this is a luxury service, it was a one-off thing, this isn't going to go anywhere, and they should follow suit. But these places like the old school Wells Fargo, maybe not as much now, or used car dealerships, or places like this, they just till they get you to give them their money. But I wasn't buying what they were selling. And they took me very seriously when I spoke to them in corporate. I said, listen, I did leave humiliated. I've never seen in my life where you don't put the merchant service on a little pad. I've never seen in my life where they tell you one thing, then do something else. I've never seen in my life where you say no multiple times and a manager comes out and tries to push it on you, and then when you make it really clear, they still try to push. Now, I was supposed to give a recommendation to my father to go to Massage Envy, and I told him, don't go and save your money. I don't like to be pushed, and I'm the toughest guy you've ever seen, and I'll push right back. And if they were nice to me, they would have gotten glowing reviews. You have no idea how much one client or one person could affect you, and I care about service more than I can ever describe. So the moral of the story is, care about your customers and care about your clients, and they'll care about you. It's not worth push to try to make an extra sale. It's, you lose, maybe it's a short-term gain, but trust me, it's a long-term loss, and all this bad publicity is going to affect them in the end.